what were the real reasons Letoya and Latavia were kicked out of the group? Well, the cards are saying that Letoya and Latavia were bringing bad luck to Destiny's Child, specifically from being over. Letoya and Latavia felt that they were being overworked. They felt that they that they were not allowed to have any fun, and they were about to. I get that one of them was feeling a bit suicidal at certain times during the tour. I feel like they were just away from home, working too much. I just see stress. I see stress and I see them wanting to eat more, but they had to exercise a lot, watching their diet. They needed a break. They really needed a break, and they would try to find different ways to just vacation together, to have fun. And it was almost as though it was Beyonce and Kelly versus Letoya and Latavia. I also see here that there were lies being spread by Latavia. It's like Latavia was saying things that were untrue, saying things in the public that were untrue, saying things to Beyonce and Kelly that were untrue, but she would never say it to Matthew Knowles. And I'm saying here that was bringing bad luck to the group, and it was causing division between the two. And again, a large part of Destiny's Child's success, according to Matthew Knowles, is going to be determined by their ability to appear cohesive with to appear as a cohesive unit with one another. So I do see that. Now, in the next row of cards, I'm saying here that it was Tina Knowles' idea to go ahead and axe these women from the group, okay? Axe them from the group. And so Tina Knowles was not feeling Latavia. She was not feeling Latavia, and she felt that Latavia was very catty. She felt that she was very spoiled as well, and not appreciative. And Tina Knowles, she ignored a lot of it because she's like, oh, she's just a little girl, she's away from her mom. But Tina Knowles really wanted to mother Latavia, but after a certain point, Tina said, you know what? I'm going to take my hands off the situation. I'm going to get away from her. She needs her mother, and she doesn't need to be a part of this anymore. But Tina Knowles put her foot down, and it was her that influenced Matthew to just go ahead and move forward. And I then see here that Letoya and Latavia wanted more power. They wanted more power and more money. So they didn't care to be lead singers, but they did want more notoriety. They did want better costumes. They did want more money because they felt that the other girls were being paid. They felt like Kelly and Beyonce were being paid more than them because Kelly and Beyonce's amenities were more luxurious than theirs. And part of it is Matthew Knowles financing Beyonce and then financing Kelly as well, and just giving a paycheck to Letoya and Latavia. And when I'm saying financing, I'm essentially saying financially supporting them. So let's say that they all go out to dinner. Matthew pays for Beyonce and Kelly's dinner. Letoya and Latavia pay for their own. Now, the reason for that being Letoya and Latavia had an attitude, or they may not have shown up to rehearsal for that particular day. Matthew may have overlooked it, but it was, again, like I said, Tina Knowles feeling as though Latavia was abusing the situation, and she's like, we have to just, let it all go. Did Beyonce and Kelly establish a tight bond with Farrah when she was in the group? When Farrah first arrived into the group, the this is Kelly as the Queen of Cups. Kelly wasn't sure about Farrah and her fit into the group, but she was open. She was open and hopeful, but she felt that Farrah was not. She felt that Farrah was not a creative force. She's and when I mean a creative force, she didn't feel like Farrah was somebody that had a genuine passion for music. She just felt like Farrah had a passion for fame, but she was not really a music lover. Beyonce, on the other hand, was. I don't really see Beyonce in these cards, but I mainly see it as Kelly having very strong feelings towards it. Now, in this next row of cards, see, the culture of Destiny's Child was to embrace everyone with love, to treat them as though they're already family. If they're in the group, we have to treat them as though they're family, like we already know them, and, be best friends even if we're not best friends. So I'm seeing here where they were about, it's like Michelle, Farrah, Beyonce, and Kelly were on the verge of becoming a close quartet, but Farrah fell in love with someone very quickly when she was in the group, and that she blocked herself from performing as much as she could have. She was just basically boy crazy. I mean, that's the best way to put it. She was boy crazy, and she wasn't meeting her work responsibilities how she should have. Her intuition told her that she wouldn't be in the group for long. And she never felt like she was going to be a permanent staple in it. It was just something like, I'm thankful for the opportunity. It's something good to try out, but I'm also seeing where she was not seriously invested into being a valuable team player. And Matthew Knowles swiftly cut her off. Matthew Knowles is coming up as the Knight of Discs. Matthew Knowles said to himself that he's like, I'm not going to continue paying you. He's like, I'm not doing this again. We are literally paying somebody to not show up. And so he cut her off quickly before Tina Knowles could make a fuss about it. Now I want to know, what secrets does Kelly hide in her marriage with Tim? Her marriage with Tim Witherspoon. What secrets does she hide? Okay, so Kelly is married to Tim Witherspoon. Is that the name? Yeah. So Tim Witherspoon, what I'm saying here from the cards are that Tim has cheated on Kelly before, and it has hurt her. I think that and this is he's done this before the marriage, and then in the marriage. Kelly has gotten over it, and she's feigning her happiness. She suppresses. Kelly could be more successful right now if she weren't trying to be a wife. And I see that she's put her career plans on hold. She's finding other ways to make money. And she's definitely in her money. A lot of her money is in business investments. And I'm seeing like cosmetics lines. And I'm also seeing like maybe like a sports team or something. But her money is invested in the background, and she makes it back gradually. But she's not particularly passionate in this very moment about getting back onto the music scene as a music producer. She's more interested in mentorship, much more interested in mentorship, and her career interests are changing because she's in this marriage. She feels like it's better for her to. She feels like it's better for her to be a wife and to focus on love because she's like, I have the money, I have a Grammy, I've made the music, I've had a #1 single, I've done it all. And though the success that she had in the past is not manifesting today, she is still trying to take a holistic look at her life and apply logic to it that is sensitive to her particular needs, which are she doesn't need another hit single when she's already successful, or she doesn't need another Grammy when she already has one. Instead, she's trying to focus her willpower on building and growing her wealth for her and her husband. I then get the card for the Black Hole, the Queen of Swords, and the Magician. This is all saying to me that another thing that she hides in her relationship is that she does magic in her relationship. I get that she prays fervently over her marriage, and she also burns candles and does meditation visualizations. And that is what she does to like keep her invested in her marriage with her husband. I don't see that there is rampant cheating. I see that it has happened in her relationship, that she will hide it, that she is, for the most part, happy with the marriage and where things are going. And she does have plans to have at least one more child. Did Tina Knowles deliberately design the better costumes for Beyonce and Kelly? Did she deliberately do that? No, she didn't. She didn't deliberately do that. What I'm seeing here are that some of the Tina Knowles worked the hardest on Beyonce and Kelly's outfits because Beyonce and Kelly worked the hardest in the group. So she was fearful of their garments being torn or ruined because of the level of passion that they had. She didn't want their outfits to be more. It's like it's like creating a shirt. You may wear an H&M shirt one time and it still fits. You know what I'm saying? But someone that wears their H&M shirt 10 or 11 times is probably going to be stretched. So Tina Knowles definitely invested more time into making sure that the materials that she used to produce the clothing were going to hold up for Beyonce and Kelly. But I don't see her doing that. I see Tina Knowles saying to herself, why would I try to sabotage you all? Why would I try to sabotage the group? That hurts everyone. My husband has to make money as well, and I'm not gonna. It literally, Tina Knowles is saying that that wouldn't make sense for her. The Princess of Swords, the card for change, and the Prince of Swords is saying that Now Matthew knows what Matthew knows is a spiteful one. It wasn't Tina Knowles that would even think to do that with the costumes, but that was those things were Matthew Knowles' ideas. So what I'm saying here is that Matthew Knowles wanted to punish the other girls by giving them costumes that were not as beautiful as Beyonce and Kelly's. The last row of cards is speaking specifically about these things showing up in court, or these accusations making it to court but not being provable either, and being tossed out or thrown out. I'm also saying here where I'm just saying this as a misunderstanding, where Matthew Knowles will tell Tina, "Hey, I think that you should give Kelly and Beyonce this because they're going to be more front and center, more people know them, so make them look nicer. When the other girls do more, than we'll give them more." Tina Knowles would follow suit, but she still invested her all into everyone's outfits because she's saying to herself, this is a Tina Knowles creation. You're not going to go out there looking gaudy. But no, the other group members weren't given poorly designed costumes, or costumes that she had invested less energy into. Rather, Tina Knowles was doing what she does best, which is making clothes for everyone and trying to make sure that the garments can withstand the normal wear and tear of multiple performance dates. The wear and tear that comes with a group members, a girl group having multiple performance dates. What were Beyonce and Kelly's true feelings towards Latavia and Letoya leaving? Well, Beyonce and Kelly wanted Letoya and Latavia out of the group, and that was because they were talking poorly about Beyonce's parents. And Kelly is very loyal to Beyonce's parents. She feels like those are her parents as well. Because of that, Beyonce and Kelly didn't care if Letoya and Latavia stayed in the group. They actually preferred for them to go. Now, I am seeing where the group was built up as a 4-member group and then being torn apart into a 2-member group. And I'm seeing Kelly and Beyonce being satisfied with it. And thinking to themselves, hey, can we really do this? Can we just have 2 regular background singers? And they wanted to make a plan. And they wanted to make plans around being a duo and then just going forward with it. However, Matthew Knowles comes in and says that that's not okay. That's not going to happen. And he introduces Farrah, who's coming up as the Empress. Now, Matthew Knowles is not allowing for the Beyonce and Kelly to become a duo because he wants to continue the momentum of having a girl group. In addition to that, he had plans to maintain the number of 4 between them. And finally, I'm seeing that Beyonce and Kelly felt like Letoya and Latavia's work had been completed. They felt like it was the end of the road for them, and they also didn't want Letoya and Latavia to be paid for work that they didn't do. That was the other thing. They were ready for Letoya and Latavia to go because, again, the Destiny's Child culture is one it is inviting, it is friendly, but it's very much business oriented, money minded. And in this money minded culture, you had, these teenage girls saying, hey, this person's not going to get paid for this, and I'm getting paid for this. If I do the work, then I should be paid for it. If they're not going to do the work, then they have to go. And once Letoya and Latavia,
fuel my fire, take me higher, I'll be your liar too. 'Cause when we're here, there's nothing better than the skyline